Hello everyone, hopefully you're having a great day today. Merciless Vaughn here, back with another Bleach Brave Souls video. And in this one we're going to be going over the new end of month banner is going to be releasing in less than 24 hours to see if it's worth summoning on. Hopefully you enjoy. If you do, leave a like. If you're new to the channel or you have been here for a while, please consider subscribing. It helped me get to 500 subscribers. I'm very close. Now with all that said, let's go ahead and get started. So just really quick for the short answer of if this banner is worth summoning on. I mean, if you want to, it wouldn't be a bad idea because the characters here are very good. Sun, she's just your typical guild quest unit that's really good. We'll talk about her last because she's insane. This Apache here, I mean, she's pretty good. I mean, just another pretty decent guild quest unit. The only thing is she only has Flurry +2 in guild quests. I think units really should stop releasing with Flurry +1. Just kind of make Flurry +2 the base. And if you're gonna do this Flurry +1 or +2 right here in guild quest, might as well just go ahead and just don't make this skill at all on the character. Just give them like a base of Flurry +2 because Flurry +1 is just not good nowadays. But there's that. But the real reason as to why this banner has a lot of value is not because of the featured units are pretty decent themselves, but this Mila Rose here is just insane in my opinion. She's I think she's gonna break the current meta of Brave battles actually, because I mean she does have this Brave battle only block heart and mind attribute boost and debuff skills, which basically is going to be negating most of the just characters in Brave battles right now. But she also has this new skill called Persistence Breaker. All of the top tier units in Brave Battle have Persistence, so with her having this, yeah, it's going to be insane. She does have Persistence herself, which, you know, if you're in a fight where you're just waiting for one of your characters for the Persistence skill to last out, that's pretty much what Brave Battle is nowadays with all these characters that have this skill in there. As long as she's the last one standing, she will just pretty much guarantee you win the fight if it's just like the last characters with this skill up, which is why she's like very, very good. So if you're someone that takes Brave battles very seriously, or you just like dabble in Brave battles a little bit, this is a character that I want to say you must have, just because of the amount of characters that have this skill right here. She's insane. And to talk about the featured units, the featured list isn't that bad actually. I mean, it's only 6 featured units on here. The Orihime and the Chad are both Brave battle units. The Chad is older, a lot older than the Orihime here, but with some dupes, if you like kind of just build him defensively and you have him extra extended, he can still probably do a little bit for you, but not too much. This Koge here, he's pretty good. If you got some dupes in him, this Ichigo, he's still very, very great. This Orihime with some dupes, she's still pretty good in Brave battles. I can't say much about these two because I don't have them, but well, we'll go over the characters' details here shortly, so there's that. This is a 26 step up banner. At steps 5, 10, 15, 20, you are guaranteed one featured 5-star character, which is already very good. You don't have to go too deep in the banner if you get lucky and pull one of the newer units or unit you might want. And at step 25, you do obviously get to choose new characters ticket. Also, there are single summons for these units. I'm actually gonna try to find them. Yeah, so if you're looking for a particular unit, they will have single summons just releasing throughout the month. Sun Surge will be the 15th, the Mila Rose will be the 21st, and the Apaches will be the 27th. So if you just want one of these characters, you can just kind of wait until, you know, their single summons come out. So we talked about the Mila Rose. Let's talk about the other two characters just very quickly. Yeah, the Sun here, as I mentioned, she is just a typical really great guild quest unit. She has the Hollow Killer Plus, which is good. She does have an EX move, which will just give you 2 barriers and a defensive boost for your allies for 30 seconds. I guess some of her most notable skills would be the damage to paralyzed enemies, 40%. She does have the Paralyzed Plus, right? Yeah. Paralyzed Plus, Hollow Killer Plus, she gives Frenzy +3 and Guild Quest. Outside of it is going to be Frenzy +2, which isn't too bad because I think Frenzy +2 should be the norm. I just don't like the idea of giving an extra Frenzy or Flurry locked behind certain types of content. That's just me. I'm not sure how strong that defensive boost is going to be, so I'm kind of interested to see how strong that is. She does have the just increased skills and guild quests, as you can see here, for melee damage, killer. She is immune to the poison status element. She does have an increased status element chance against hollows. Devastation is at 60%. She does have weakened defense, and the spiritual pressure boost is obviously really good. So that Sun, now probably, in my opinion, probably just one of the weaker units out of the three is this Apache here. I mean, she's a ranged nav unit. You can never go wrong with those. She does have a boost on her SA2, but you know, she only does have Flurry +2 in this and Guild Quest, so she's strictly for Guild Quest only. Like the Sun, you can get away with her not using her in Guild Quest because she has a Frenzy +2 and some really great other skills, but this unit here, not really too much in my opinion. She does have the Enhancer and Booster skill, which will just increase the effectiveness of her SA2. Flurry +2 on Guild Quest. She has the increased skills in Guild Quest here, as you can see. Poise, she's immune to the freeze status element. And the speed attribute character and on attack damage +20%. So there's that. Now I guess we can just go ahead and talk about the featured units here. So the first featured unit we have here is this 1000-year Blood War Ishin. He's a mind unit with the Quincy Killer. His soul trait is status and spiritual pressure boost 40%. Now this soul trait isn't too bad because he also does, well, kind of skipping a little bit ahead here, but since he does have the spiritual pressure boost 80% of his skills, he can get up to 120% spiritual pressure boost, which is great. So I do think that is very, very good. But he is a melee unit with lacerate and burn on all of his attacks. He does have Sprinter, Havoc, and he's immune to the weakened status element. Those are his innate skills. The rest of his skills, he has a 50% Berserker, Devastation is at 60%, Reduced Strong Attack cooldown 12%. He does have the Rampage skill, and Frenzy is at +2, which is great. He does have the increased status element chance against hard attribute enemies, which is very good. Weakened defense, great. Poise, Marauder, and yeah. So overall, still a pretty decent and strong unit, really. So yeah, he's not too bad. So up next we have the Masaki, who is a power Espada killer unit. She also has the Soul Trait of status and spiritual pressure boost 40%. She's a ranged unit with paralysis on all of her attacks, and she does have the guaranteed revive on her Soul Bomb. Innate skills, she has Sprinter. She's immune to the weakened status element and Sharpshooter. The rest of her skills, Berserker and Devastation, are both at 60%. She has a reduced strong attack cooldown, Havoc, Frenzy +2, Defibrillator +5 seconds. Increased status element chance against rankers, doesn't matter which attribute, it's just all rankers. Increased power attribute, Quincy damage status element affected enemies 40%, damage to paralyzed enemies 40%, poison, the spiritual pressure boost 80%. But because of that, it's going to be 120, because it's going to be additive from her soul trait and the 80% of her skills. So there's that as well. So just kind of like the Ishin, but a little bit different. But overall, yeah, just really great because having over 100% spiritual pressure boost for the bonus is really good. Alright, so up next we have this Brave Battle Orihime technique unit with the Captain Killer, soul trait damage taken -20%. She's a ranged unit with no status element. She does have a debuff and a barrier on her SA2 though. Sprinter, she's immune to the paralysis status element, Sharpshooter. She has the Brave Battle skill Persistence, but you know, with the new Mila Rose, this skill is going to be nullified once she gets to 0 stamina. Let's see, half stamina only increase normal attack damage 50%, half stamina only decrease damage taken 50%. For the first 10 seconds of Brave Battle, Flurry +1, prevent last ditch survival, ignore Brave Battle invincibility, temporary Brave Battle invincibility, prevent Brave Battle healing, Flurry +2, and Poise. So with some dupe, this Orihime, yeah, is over a year old now, so with some dupes she'll be very great. The only thing is you're kind of want to build her, I guess, probably a little bit more defensively instead of offensively, because if she runs out of stamina before she is able to get that Mila Rose stamina down and, you know, her persistence out of here, she's just going to drop dead. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the Orihime. Alright, up next here we have this 1000-year Blood War, what is this, the 2024 version of Ichigo here. He's a heart unit with the Soul Reaper and Snurber Killer. I did do a 1 year later showcase on him, so if you want to see how strong he is 1 year later, be sure to check it out. Soul Trait, strong attack recharge time -12%, strong attack damage +20%. Melee unit, last rating weakening on all of his attacks. Innate skills, Sprinter +2, Long Stride, Poise. The rest of the skills, Berserker on the lower side at 20%. He is immune to all status elements. It isn't the shared one though. Havoc, Frenzy +2, Bombardment, Defibrillator +5 seconds. Increased status element chance against Soul Reapers and Quincy's. Damage to his status elements weakened is at 40%. Last rate is going to be at 60. Marauder, hit hidden enemies and the status element spiritual pressure boost. So yeah, overall this Ichigo is still very, very good, and with some dupes it will be even better. You can never go wrong with 2 killers, 2 soul traits, and yeah, really good still. Alright, so this Kyoge here, he is a heart unit with the Ranker Killer. Soul trait, strong attack, recharge time -14%. He's a melee unit with drain on all of his attacks. He has Sprinter, he's immune to the freeze side summon, and guard break for his innate skills. The rest of his skills, team / party, heart, attribute, strong attack, recharge 20%, devastation 40%. He has a base full stamina damage boost of 20%. He has the rampage skill, Havoc, Frenzy +2, Defibrillator +2 seconds, damage to his status element 40%, Poise, and the status element spiritual pressure boost. So this unit will be good, but he's kind of old now, so with some dupes he'll obviously be even better, but still pretty solid in my opinion. Alright, so here we have this really old 1000-Year Blood War Chad. I think this is one of the first few newer 1000-Year Blood War units that we got when the anime first returned, and that was almost 3 years ago now. Sheesh, 3 years ago went by that fast. Anyway, he's a Brave Battle unit. He's power and has the Captain and Stern Vertical Killers. Soul trait damage taken -16%. No status elements on any of his attacks. He is a melee unit. He's immune to the weakened status element. Poise and Sprinter are his innate skills. The rest of his skills, he has a 60% Berserker, half summon only to increase damage taken 50%, prevent last ditch survival, long reach, flurry, increase damage to enemies not affected by element 100%, enhancer, pierce barrier, guard break, plus hit hidden enemies, and booster. So overall, this Chad, I mean, he's really old. I don't think you'll see him too often in Brave battles really, and since he doesn't have ignore Brave battle invincibility and he doesn't have Brave battle invincibility himself, you really won't see him all too often really. But yeah, I think that's it for all the featured units. Alright, so we went over the 3 new units and we went over the featured units as well. So is this banner worth summoning on? I don't want to give you like just a straight answer yes, but I will say this, if any of these characters are your favorite from the Bleach series and you would like to have them in game and to play with them, by all means go ahead and summon. You know, if something on this banner will make you happy, by all means do whatever makes you happy. If you're someone that just wants to have all the characters in the game, then you know, just do that as well. And you know, this is a game. Games are meant to be played to have fun though, so if something on this banner, getting the units and trying to pull them and pulling them and playing with them will let you have fun, go ahead and do that. These are your orbs, you do whatever you want with them. But I will say something on this banner is not a bad idea. The Sun Mila Rose are all both really great. Mila Rose, she's gonna break the Brave Battle medal right now. I think the only one that isn't that good is this Apache here. But the featured units, there's not a lot of them, so you can't go wrong with any of these units. Maybe the Chad, just because he's so old, but all the other featured units are still pretty good. And with getting guaranteed featured units on steps 5, 10, 15, 20, you could get lucky and get one of those newer units without spending too many orbs. So it wouldn't be a bad idea to summon on this banner because, I mean, you're going to get a pretty decent amount of value from summoning. But do remember, we are getting closer and closer to the 10th anniversary of Bleach Berry Souls, which will be in July. So there's only, let me see, the April, May, there's only 2, well, June, there's 3 end of month banners left that we have before we get to the anniversary. So just keep that in mind really. Yeah, that's going to be it for this one. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Thank you for watching. And as usual, until next time.